All right, let's talk about something big that's happening in the world of enterprise AI. We're seeing this major shift away from these single, giant AI models to something much smarter, a collaborative workforce of AI agents. Let's dive in.
Think about it like this. If you were building a project team, you'd pull in a strategist, a data analyst, an operations expert, each one a specialist in their own field, right? Well, what if you could build that exact same kind of expert team, but made up entirely of AI?
And that's exactly what we're talking about here. We're looking at a whole network of specialized AI agents, each with its own skill set, all talking to each other and working together to tackle a common goal. This isn't some far-off theory anymore. This is the new blueprint for enterprise intelligence.
So, to really wrap our heads around this, we need to start with the single most important piece of this new digital workforce.
The key word here, the one you really need to focus on, is autonomous. See, an AI agent isn't just some simple script. No, it's a really sophisticated program that's designed to run all by itself, making its own decisions and taking its own actions to hit the precise goal you've given it.
And this is basically how it operates. It's in this constant loop. First, it perceives the world around it by pulling in data, let's say a new online purchase. Then it decides, using its intelligence to check for any red flags for fraud. And finally, it acts, either approving the sale or flagging it for a human to look at. Perceive, decide, act. It's a continuous, autonomous cycle that just keeps running.
But, a single agent is just the start. The real magic, the real power comes from collaboration. And this is where things get so much more interesting.
Just like with a human team, you get the incredible power of specialization. You can have one agent that's an absolute expert in fraud detection, another one that's a genius at credit scoring, and a third that does nothing but handle reporting. Each one is perfectly tuned for its specific job, which makes the whole team way more accurate than one general AI trying to do it all. This specialization also creates amazing efficiency. Since all these agents are working in parallel, you totally eliminate the bottlenecks you get with those old one-step-at-a-time processes. The fraud agent and the scoring agent can be analyzing the same case at the same time, which makes complex things like loan applications happen dramatically faster.
And here's maybe the most important part. The whole system actually gets smarter over time. The agents learn from each other's work. So if the fraud agent spots some new, sneaky type of suspicious pattern, the risk scoring agent can immediately use that insight in its own models. This means the entire system's intelligence just keeps growing and getting more accurate with every single interaction.
Okay, the technology is fascinating, for sure, but what does all of this actually mean for business leaders? Why should a CIO or a head of data really be paying attention to this?
Well, this is the business payoff. You can finally wrangle those complex workflows that stretch across all your different systems, both new and old. You can make critical decisions in sub-seconds, not hours. You can automate on a massive scale without your costs just spiraling out of control. And because that intelligence is spread out, you get rid of single points of failure, which makes your whole operation way more resilient.
And hey, this isn't science fiction. Let's take a look at how this AI workforce is already being used in major industries today.
In banking and finance, these multi-agent systems are a total game changer for fraud detection. You have agents just watching transaction data, others are checking against known fraud patterns, and another one is cross-referencing user locations. All working together, they can spot and block a fraudulent transaction in milliseconds, long before the money is ever lost. Or think about customer personalization. One agent can monitor a customer's browsing habits, another analyzes their purchase history, and a third tracks how they respond to different marketing messages. In real time, they all collaborate to present the absolute perfect product offer or message to millions of individual customers, all at once. That's a level of personalization that is just impossible to do manually. In logistics, these collaborative agents create a truly intelligent supply chain. Imagine an agent watching weather patterns, and it alerts another agent that's managing shipping routes about a potential storm. That shipping agent then coordinates with an inventory agent, which immediately reroutes stock from a different warehouse. A major disruption is prevented before it ever even has a chance to impact a customer.
And finally, proactive risk management. Instead of just reviewing reports at the end of the month, you have a team of agents that are constantly monitoring market data, credit exposure, and operational signals. They can detect a critical risk as it's building up and alert decision makers with a precise recommendation, giving them time to act before a problem ever occurs.
So as we've seen, this shift to a collaborative AI workforce is a massive transformation in enterprise tech.
If you want to stay ahead of insights like these in AI and data analytics, make sure you subscribe to Segmetriq Analytics. For an even deeper dive, visit us at segmetriqanalytics.in.